Sue from the comments on TikTok. Tell us what the WEF has to do with politicians. The organization that interferes with politicians in the sense they want dictators in power is the IDU. You know, the one Harper leads and PP is chair in Canada. Canada said no to fascism. Well, we'll address your ignorance of what the IDU is in another video. What does the WEF have to do with politicians? Let's take a look, Sue. The heads of the WHO, the United Nations, NATO, the IMF, the World Bank, the EU Central Bank, they're all WEF members, and they're not just your common WEF members. They sit on the foundation board and or the board of trustees at the World Economic Forum, which you probably don't know anything about, but they're the ones who set the policy and implement the policy. And in past videos, I've named them. I know who they are and what they head. AJ Banga heads the World Bank. Antonio Guterres heads the UN. Interestingly enough, the head of NATO currently is Mark Rutte. He was the Prime Minister of the Netherlands for what, 12, 14 years? He was a classmate of Justin Trudeau's at the World Economic Forum, class of 2005. Oh, they're not politicians, you say. They're NGOs. Let's look at some politicians then that are World Economic Forum members. Let's start with Ursula von der Leyen, who sits on the Board of Trustees at the World Economic Forum and is the most powerful politician in the EU, because the EU Commission in Brussels holds so much power over the member countries. Some member countries, well, just countries in general, that have prime ministers or leaders that are World Economic Forum members. Let me see. Well, I can work from memory here. Keir Starmer in the UK, Macron in France, currently Merz in Germany. Justin Trudeau in Canada. I did mention he's a Young Global Leaders program from the class of 2005. You might have heard Klaus Schwab singing his praise at Harvard in 2017, where he was saying he's most proud of Justin and how he knows, Klaus that is, knows he's penetrated more than 50% of Trudeau's cabinet. In fact, 75% of Trudeau's cabinet ministers are World Economic Forum members, and that hasn't changed under the Carney government. Am I missing anybody here? I don't think so. Oh, Jagmeet Singh, he graduated the Young Global Leaders program from the class of 2016. Do you think that might have had something to do with the supply and confidence agreement keeping the Liberal government in power, Sue? I don't know. Canada's Governor General, that is supposed to reign and keep in any elected government in check, Mary Simon, she's a Young Global Leaders Program graduate, active status WEF member, as is our current Attorney General. Yes, Attorney General Fraser, Sean Fraser. He entered the program, the Young Global Leaders Program, in the class of 2022. Yes, they influence. What did you say? Has nothing to do with politicians. You're mistaken, Sue. Stick around. I'll touch on the IDU briefly for you.